What's going on, people? Welcome to the final installment of DR Sports in Qatar, man. 64 games. It's all over. It's come to an end. Argentina reigns supreme. Messi reigns supreme. Messi. Oh my goodness. From a channel perspective, from a World Cup perspective, we just wanted to wrap things up, man. It feels weird. We've been here for so long, and now it's finally over, man.
Yeah,
Where'd
back
you
to
start?
the cold. Back to the cold.
Yeah.
What a wonderful World Cup final that we witnessed yesterday. We were absolutely privileged to be in the stadium. We had great seats as well, in with all the Argentinian fans as well. It was absolutely fantastic. There were grown men in absolute tears all around us when they won the World Cup final, and the emotions that those fans went to 2-0 up, and they're all jumping for joy and cruising to the World Cup final. Then, you know, we talk about Messi, then Mbappe turns it on. A hat trick in a final to be on the losing side. He comes, gets 2 goals, equalises it, goes into extra time. Again, Argentina score, you're thinking it's all over for France. France equalise again. And then the drama of penalties. I kind of knew when it went to penalties that the Argentinians would win it.
Yeah.
You know, it was all in front of their fans as well. And I think this is where France is inexperienced. There are a lot of young players stepping up to take those penalties, whereas there was a lot more experience with the Argentinians. The Argentinians have already done a penalty shootout in this tournament as well. And that told, and it was Messi. It was all about Messi. It was Messi who won the World Cup with Argentina and lifted it. It was Messi who got the player of the tournament, just like he did in the Copa America. He's got the Copa America now and the World Cup. He is officially the GOAT.
That's it now.
The GOAT. It's
Done.
over. The discussion is closed between him and Ronaldo, who's the best. For me, that is it. It's done now. Ronaldo's never won a World Cup. And let's remember, Ronaldo's been in a great team. You look at the Portuguese team that came over here, 1-11. On paper, you say that's a better team than Argentina. But Argentina have been exceptional. And Messi, I think 5 man-of-the-match performances in this tournament.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been exceptional. And I was glad to see that he's saying that he's looking to play on after this. I don't want him to retire yet. This guy is magnificent. But to be there and experience it, probably what a lot of people are calling the greatest World Cup final of all time.
Yeah.
To be in the stadium and witness it and experience it was something I'll never ever forget.
Yeah, it was definitely humbling being there, and it was like so many pinch yourself moments when, I know you just spoke about Messi there, but Kylian Mbappe, man. He played his part yesterday, and he's a player that has continually delivered, whether it's club or country, in the biggest games, and he's got this unbelievable ability to kind of drift through games where you think, you know what, this team's doing a number on him. They're getting 2 or 3 players around him. He's not getting the ball. They're kind of marking him out the game, and then all of a sudden, bang, bang. And then if you add that with just the pressure moments, i.e., France now have a penalty, they have to score this. He scores. They get a second penalty in the game to take it to 3-3. He scores. Once he scores the first penalty and gets the chance, I think it's from Thuram with the 1-2, and he scores that volley. As that ball's dropping down, you need to have veins of ice. You need to have nerves of steel, composure. You need to be the calmest man in the stadium when that ball's dropping down in the floodlights. You know what I mean? Coming down onto your foot to get that connection to take it to 2-2. Then it gets to the penalty shootout. He needs to take a third penalty in the same sort of game. Scores his penalty, steps up first for his country as well, as Messi did.
Yeah.
And to witness Kylian Mbappe do that at such a young age, and to see that passing of the baton, as they say, for 2 players who actually play for the same team.
Play for the same team.
Which is insane in its own right.
Team. And he kind of overshadows Messi at
100%. And you know what? Even in this tournament / game, you're right. I know Messi got 5 man of the matches, and they had to give it to Messi. If you're looking at the impact in the 90 minutes,
he scored a hat trick in a World Cup final.
That's the first time since Jeff Hurst.
Yeah.
Mbappe did something that you can't say it'll never be done again. But it's gonna be a very, very. He'll probably be the next person to do it himself. Yeah. You know,
What a player!
unbelievable.
What a player! He's going to be the next GOAT.
Yeah.
You know, and he won't even have to say, oh, they won't even have to turn around to him and say, oh, you need to win the
Done it
World Cup.
already.
He's already done it. He's already ticked that one off.
Yeah.
No, it was an amazing experience, amazing game, and an amazing tournament. Let's talk about the tournament.
Yeah.
What an unbelievable tournament this has been. You know, much criticised before we came here. You know, there's a lot of people saying that, you know, shouldn't go. The migrants. We heard about the situation with the migrants, LGBTQ. You know, a lot of things were raised. A lot of concerns were raised, quite rightly so. But I have to say, being here has been a great experience. The games have been incredible. 64 games. Very hard to pick many poor games out of there. I can think of the England-USA game as being probably the worst game I went to. But most of the other games were all exciting, all entertaining, all of the fans in one city. It was just a melting pot of the world for the past 4 or 5 weeks. It really has been a melting pot of the world. Every fan from every corner, right here in Doha. The infrastructure's brilliant. The roads are brilliant. The fans have been brilliant. The people have been brilliant. Right from the taxi drivers we've met, right up to the sheikhs we've met. They've all been so hospitable. Honestly, I find it very difficult to have a bad word to say about the tournament. To me, there's been a lot, you know.
Sorry.
apart from we all caught a cold over here, which is still lingering with us. But it happens. But I have to say, you know, it's been important for me to come to this tournament because I've learned so much about Middle Eastern culture that I didn't know. And it's been fantastic. And there's a lot we can learn. We're talking about, we're putting these people down sometimes. There's a lot we can learn from them because a lot of their culture I really like. And, you know, this is what it's all about. This is why football is so important, because football gets you to sit down next to somebody who may have different beliefs to you, who may have, you know, different religion to you, who may look different to you. But you all sit down under the common goal of football, and that can allow you to have discussions. I've had so many great discussions since I've been out here about many different things. I've got into taxis, and I've spoken to taxi drivers, and I've said, you know, how long have you been here? You know, a lot of taxi drivers from Bangladesh and places like that, and not one of them have told me that they don't love this country. And not one of them have told me that, you know what I mean, they're looking to go up, they absolutely love it.
Yeah.
You know, I haven't seen a homeless person out here. I haven't seen no one begging on the street. It's been, you know, it's been a fantastic experience, right? And honestly, some of the stuff that's been said has been totally misplaced, totally out of order. Even yesterday, I saw some of the comments, you was talking to me about it after the game, where Messi, just before he lifted the World Cup, they presented him with is it the Ghost?
I can't remember the exact name of it, but
basically it was the sort of jacket that Emir put onto him before he got the trophy. Now I saw people at home criticising that, big journalists and that saying, "Oh,
disgusting.
They're trying to steal the limelight away from Messi. He's covering his." When they give you that over here, that's one of the highest honours you can get. It's not even a Qatari thing. It's a Middle East thing that they give you that to honour you, right? And we're criticising that.
And it was very befitting for the king of the game to receive that as well.
Yeah.
You know, like royalty passing it on to football royalty. Why could their starts not be? What a fitting moment. What an iconic picture. And you know what? Everything you said, I agree with, right? And I'm so glad that, okay, the infrastructure and the Qatari people and, you know, everything around this World Cup of how they've organised it has been fantastic. But I'm so glad that the football, the matches, the drama, the history created in terms of this World Cup, it happened here. Yeah. Because you know what? They deserve this. They deserve this because now when you speak about Lionel Messi's, football trivia, where did Lionel Messi first win the World Cup and things like that, and that iconic picture that we'll be speaking about for good or for bad, Doha and Qatar and the Middle East have been written into football history. This is the first ever time that the World Cup has been brought to this part of the world, right? With everything that's been said about it and everyone who tried to smear it before even a ball was kicked. But football is the real winner here.
Yeah.
And obviously the Middle East. But I'm so glad that they had a final like that. They had the subplots and the stories to tell, whether it would be Ronaldo, Messi, Mbappe, all these things, crescendos happening. I think that was very befitting for a place like Qatar, who have disproved all of a lot of misconceptions about this, how this World Cup was going to go. And look, I don't want people to think watching this, right, that, oh, you lot are nice, man. You went there, they treated you good, so that, you had a nice time. That, I think, is the most important thing. We spent a lot of time around some amazing people here, some people, amongst the royal family and others and stuff like that. That's one side of it, cool. But like you said there, in every day we're getting into Ubers, and every day we're meeting people in malls and stuff like that, local people. And when you see the amount of people who have come to this country who are not Qatari national, people from Bangladesh, people from Sudan, other places in Africa, British English people as well,
love it here.
and British who have been here. We met a girl, a wellness instructor, I think her name called Zara, from Manchester, big Manchester United fan. Her brother's a big Manchester United fan. We took some pictures of him, it was amazing. And she was explaining to us that she's lived here for the last 10 years, and it is unbelievable, and you feel safe here. And like you said there, whether it's an Uber driver, whether it's someone who works at a fast food restaurant, whether it's somebody selling stuff at a market store, whether it's someone who works in a supermarket, there are so many people that are not from here who have chosen to come here and live their lives. Yes, there's migrant workers who may have fled,
most of the country, only a small population of the country
they're minorities.
Are actually Qataris. They're actually in a minority in their own country, because most of the other people here have come from other countries to set up their home there. But I'm telling you that I would definitely come back here. And the message is to people out there is always go and find out for yourself what a place is like, right? Don't listen to these politicians and journalists and stuff like that who will take money from these places. They'll probably be down there next week signing deals and stuff like that, but yet still are telling football fans not to come down here and enjoy the World Cup. This was an amazing World Cup from start to finish, and the Qataris got to be applauded for it. Well done. I'm glad that it came to the Middle East, right? It's the World Cup. The World Cup deserves, and well, not just deserves, if it's going to stick up to its word, has to go around the world, right? The next one's going to be in America, Canada, Mexico. So Central America's getting it.
And there's
it's been to Africa.
There's issues to be discussed about it going to America.
There's issues to be discussed.
There's things going on
There's
there.
a lot of problems in America, but are we gonna in the same vociferous way be telling people to be put off going to America? Exactly. Of course we're not going to do that. Are we going to say don't go to Mexico and Canada? We're not, right? So
the energy won't be the same, man.
Well done to the Qataris. They put on a great show, and it's been an outstanding tournament, and it's made me really enjoy the Middle East, and I, for one, will definitely be back to these sites. This is how you learn about people's cultures. And I can tell you one thing about down here: they are football mad. Football mad.
The Premier League is huge. Oh my
God!
It's made me sick, but the amount of Arsenal fans out here.
Loads of Arsenal fans over here.
Loads of Arsenal fans. Loads of Man United shirts. Chelsea, Man City. No Tottenham, probably about
football
one. Mad. But they are football mad. They are football mad. And that's what I mean about they deserve this, man. And
they deserved their moment, and it was a great. Anybody who came here, everybody, you don't take our word for it. Speak to anyone who came here. Right? They will tell you.
And that's the thing. I think, just to wrap up this video here, please don't see this as, me and Robbie and the crew here kind of just trying to, bark at you guys to tell you how good it was just for us. Come here.
That's what I always say. Listen, I always say to people, don't take newspapers' word for it.
Make your own mind up and come here.
Find out for yourself. Go and check places out for yourself. I was chatting to a girl yesterday. I was sat next to her. She's from Colombia. she's saying to me, beautiful country, you know, a lot's written about it sometimes. She goes, you don't understand the beauty of it. I know a few people who've been there said the same thing to me. I want to go there for myself and find out, right? I could easily, if I weren't from London, be put off going to London.
Yeah.
You know what I
Well,
mean?
exactly.
Violence, trouble, you know what I mean? Even since we've been there, we heard about the incident at Brixton Academy and stuff like that. We could easily be put off, right? Come on, you know, let's give these places a chance.
Everywhere has its issues. Everywhere has its stuff that needs to be sorted. But one unfair thing I did think that happened is that I think, not even just here in general, but I think they try to make football solve all of these things. You know, which
football can't solve every problem.
Football can be a vehicle for discussion and a vehicle to bring people together in
and
mass.
They were right to stop.
And they were right to kind of raise some of these things. But I think it went past that to the point where they tried to smear this region of the world and try to rub Doha and Qatar off the map.
People we met,
you know?
Not just,
and it was wrong.
And you know what, people we met from around the Middle East, not just Qatar, took it quite personal because they're like, you know what, it's relentless. It's as if it's a racist thing, you know what I mean? You're trying to, like, you know, it's like you're just bitter that the Middle East have finally got the World Cup.
Yeah.
And it's relentless, and it did appear that way. Like, even the one yesterday with, you know, the
after that
Messi,
type of World Cup final, they're still trying to find something.
You know?
Where?
Exactly.
Nah, man, take that negativity somewhere else, man.
I, for one, are saying, come to the Middle East, right? Whether it be Qatar, whether it be, you know what I mean, some of the other countries, Saudi Arabia and all that. I want to go and visit these places. I want to go and see what they're really like.
Absolutely.
You know, I really do. So, fantastic World Cup. It's Messi's World Cup.
Yes. This is going to be hard.
It's Messi's World Cup.
We're going to wrap up the video now. I need you to give me a highlight. Is it that final?
It's the final.
It is, isn't it?
It's the finals. The final's the highlight, man.
Is.
The final is like...
Yeah.
I've never seen a final like that.
No.
Like, normally finals are cagey affairs, can be a bit boring sometimes.
Yeah. It can't be topped.
This final just topped off an amazing tournament. Definitely the highlight is the final and being there, being in that stadium. Like you said, it was like, I was like to pinch myself and saying, Robbie, look where I am.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
90,000 people here and I'm one of them to witness this.
Yeah, I agree. I think there's so many things that happened over the group stages, over the round of 16, the quarters, the semis, etc. So much drama, so much shock, so much upset, so many crazy games. But that last night, it cannot be topped. It cannot. That's my highlight as well, is witnessing that final. Guys, smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Please drop your comments as well. We want to know how you guys feel about this World Cup. We want to know how you feel about Messi, about Mbappe, about the final in general. Is that the best ever? Will there ever be a final as good as that? Will there ever be a World Cup as good as this? And let us know how you felt about the DR Sports coverage of this, because actually this is a big up to Jason, to Hass, who's behind the camera now, AGT, all the guys back at the studio.
All the guys back in London.
Covering every single watch
in London,
along.
They've been absolutely
the
brilliant.
presenters, the contributors. You know,
they've been fantastic. Right, we've been watching the coverage from out here. It's been absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
And keep subscribing here. We've got lots more content like this for you guys here on DR Sports. We're gonna cause a revolution in this football industry. Trust me.
There you go, man. Guys, thanks for having us. Thanks for watching every single day, and we'll see you all safe and sound back on the other side.
And look out for the vlog. Look out for the
that vlog. Oh my goodness.
The vlog of the whole World Cup is a must-watch coming out soon.
Yes. Take care, guys. Peace.